Hello everyone, this is Christian Imazo from Nizona Corporation. We have been subcontract manufacturing nutraceutical, cosmetics and beverages since 2010. So today I want to speak to you about expiration date. There's a lot of customers who ask this question about expiration date of our products, of course, and this is a good opportunity for me to discuss this very interesting topic. So I wrote some words down in the whiteboard: expiration date, shelf life, best before. There are many ways to write down the topic of expiration date in a package. Now, what is the difference between these different expressions? Well, actually most of them mean the same thing. When it comes to food products, expiration date, shelf life, best before, best consumed if. There are different ways to write down how long do you want to keep a product in the shelf. Now, all of them, these expressions, are they related with safety or freshness? Well, the answer is that they are related with freshness. They are not related with the safety of an item. When it comes to food products, as opposed to pharmaceutical products, usually brand manufacturers will focus on the freshness of a product, meaning for how long will a product taste the best? For how long will a product be the freshest? This is the topic of expiration date. It has nothing to do with the safety of a product, of course, within reason. Now, when it comes to freshness, this is largely a subjective assessment. Something that is very fresh for me may not be so fresh for you or for some other person. Largely is a subjective assessment. However, it is based on certain parameters set by manufacturers. When it comes to manufacturers, in our experience here in Japan, we know very well, as a matter of fact, that every manufacturer has passed certain standards of quality set by the Japan Ministry of Health. Therefore, when they are issued a manufacturing license or a GMP license or any other form of quality standard certification, we can trust that their judgment and their experience will suffice to determine for how long will a product taste its best. There's other way to determine the expiration date of products in a relatively more objective manner, which is the acceleration test. Acceleration test is essentially placing a sample of the item in an acceleration test box or in some location that is subject to some specified parameters of temperature or dryness or humidity, etc. And the same sample will be tested throughout a number of months to determine for how long will the product be acceptable in terms of freshness. The acceleration test is a way to determine the expiration date or the shelf life of a product. However, again, ultimately, it all comes back to this. When you sample the product outside of acceleration test chamber, you still have to judge whether the product is, on your view or from your point of view, fresh or not. So therefore, it all comes down to the judgment and the experience of the manufacturer, who will determine whether the product will be fresh. Freshness of a product, again, is related therefore with the judgment and experience of the manufacturer. Now, when it comes to products and shelf life, another consideration that we must take into account is the existence of preservatives, which many consumers resist. Now, when it comes to preservatives, we need to make a differentiation on how they apply. It depends as part of the assessment on whether the product is liquid or dry, right? As a common sense matter of fact, bacteria grows more easily or reproduces more easily in liquid environments, or humidity allows the growth of bacteria better than dry environments. And therefore, the existence of preservatives may largely differ on whether the product is dry or liquid, and for how long do you want to keep the product in a shelf. Now, when it comes to liquid products, usually preservatives are utilized, but in the case of Japan, every preservative must be part of a positive list of approved preservatives that are listed by the Japan Ministry of Health. So this is another consideration that we must take into account. The existence of preservatives is not necessarily so in liquid products. However, when we exclude preservatives out of liquid products such as drinks or jellies or other items, the shelf life of that product will generally be shorter. So this is a brief explanation about the expiration date of products, but again, I repeat what I started this video from: expiration date, shelf life, best before. All of these expressions relate primarily to the freshness of a product rather than to the safety of the item. Again, like I said before, with the disclaimer that this is within reason. Product must be kept under certain conditions outside of direct sunlight in a dry environment, and as long as a product is kept within these reasonable patterns of conservation, you can enjoy a product for a long time, always in a safe manner. When it was produced under high quality conditions, GMP, HACCP, and all other quality certifications that we can assure for you here at Nizona Corporation, all products made in Japan. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video.